All right, folks, I know it's dark. I'm trying to get as much light as possible. I'll try and stay in the light, as much as possible. But we are back. EFI Specialties and Mac. He's being quiet tonight. So what we're here to do is a number of things. One, we have an engine diaper we're putting on. So that's safety thing number one Don is doing. So y'all keep beating me up about safety. So we are putting a diaper on. It's one of them super expensive ones made out of Kevlar, the whole 9 yards. Arguably reusable. So we got us a nice engine diaper. And you guys that let me know 1,000 times in the comments on the dyno and driving around, we are going to raise up the rear just a tad with some spacers that sit on the springs. So we're going to take out the skinny stock ones. The stock ones are about half of that, maybe a little skinnier.
They also don't have 130,000 miles.
Yeah, they don't have 38,000 miles.
I think that's why your rear end sags more than other people.
More than everybody else's, because I got 138,000 miles on the rubbers. Woo, that didn't come out right. But, so diaper, spacers, I won't call them rubbers.
I took a measurement before as well, so that...
Just to see how much of a difference they make. I think they're gonna make a big difference.
Well, plus these are polyurethane.
Yeah.
So this might actually
they're not gonna
launch more consistent.
Yeah. And then another thing we're gonna do that I haven't done yet is from the ice tank, we're gonna take this into this little bad boy. I didn't have a problem with water coming out of there until we got over 1,000 horsepower. Now there's water sloshes around in there and comes out that tube. So we're gonna have us a little escape for that water to slosh into and out of that little expansion, I'll call it an expansion tank. And then the last thing we're gonna do, and these are all little things, these are like 20, 30-minute deals.
You messed up. 20, 30-minute deals. That's where you mess up.
I hexed it already.
I can already hear your next... Well, we had a snafu.
So the last thing we're going to do is run
I'm teaching Don about relays.
A relay and a switch for the ice tank water pump so I can turn it on and off. And then, so now I can go drive up to... with it almost empty, drive up to online, throw all the ice in, turn the pump off, and drive the car around, and it won't necessarily melt all that ice so fast.
And realistically, you can just leave the ice in it and drive up.
Or yeah, I could put ice in it before and drive up, keep the pump off, drive up, and keep everything cold in the back. And then turn it on right before I get on, just to get everything cold up front before I make a run. One more thing Don's gonna have to get used to, because I know I'm gonna forget probably the first time going to the line, and then my IATs are gonna go insane. But that's what we're doing. I'll get a little bit of Mac working, maybe. I don't know. If not, this is gonna be a super short video.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, you want to show them the stuff anyway, like, you know, underneath when the diaper's in. The diaper is expensive, but like I told you, it's your life in your car.
100% safety. So I'm getting there. So Santa Claus, if y'all listening, I need a full fire suit. I've got a neck collar. I got a good helmet. Shoes. SFI rated shoes.
Yeah, something that doesn't have cotton on your feet.
Yeah. So Santa, if you're listening, those are 2 things we need. And then we'll be at least close, except for the big things, which is a chute and cage.
And Santa, if you're listening, Mac needs a ProCharger.
So ProCharger, if you're listening, Mac needs a ProCharger.
Well, my transmission just finally, FedEx, I guess, located all my stuff, and it's in Texas now with the builder.
Sweet.
Holley stuff's being ordered for my car too, so I'm gonna be in the club. Ghost stuff is ordered, so he's getting the same stuff you got. We're just running the Terminator on mine for right now since it's an A still.
Yeah.
But just so I can show people cool stuff, because I make more reels than you, so.
He does. keeping out on IG. Mac does a lot more IG. He usually either tags me or makes me a collaborator, so you guys can see it on my IG too. But a lot of the stuff is Mac doing.
I'm just going to explain to people why they need to spend $7,000 on the Holley to avoid paying $500 for gauges.
Or if you want to go Holley and you don't want to get the race. I
mean, for these cars, you just
the race thing and the use the stock sensors. You can go ahead and buy the Holley sensors and the Holley wiring harness and see how much that runs
still
you.
adds up. And then the cool thing with the race, which we've already covered in previous videos, but if you're new here, he can just unplug it and put a stock ECU in if he needs to do things that stock ECUs need to do, you know, like getting inspected or something.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that because our government is going crazy.
Yeah,
our government's going crazy again now because they know who may wind up. I'm not political here, but who may wind up winning, and then things are going to change.
Yeah, we only plug it in for the track, and then because it's off-road use only, and then we put it back in, of course.
100% legalities. All right, we'll be back.
So.
All right, so stock, new, rubber, polyurethane. So it's probably going to stiffen the ride up a little bit.
You see the rubber in your rear end is really taking a beating.
Well, yeah, that's 138,000 worth of beatings.
I mean, when you look at it like this,
it looks a lot thicker.
So
yeah,
I'm pretty sure this is for the top. I mean, they have the top and the bottom. That makes sense for it to be the top. So
you know, I'm with Mac. I think that's probably why the car has been sitting so low, is because those things are pretty well smashed.
It does fit in the top. So. It has a bottom one as well. I just can't
get it out. It's probably permanently stuck in there.
Probably. I mean, they might be the same top and bottom, honestly.
Well, if this don't raise us up enough, I'll get bottom ones and we'll put them in later. So we may have other things to do later. But, so there's the difference between the two, and we'll kind of show you those of y'all that seen the car before, how low it was. You'll see how much higher it is now, hopefully. But
there it comes.
We'll be back. Oh, wait, we're going to look at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, that's way different.
Oh, yeah, it's super different.
Dude, that's smashed up, too. So
I may have to look at getting me some lowers.
Just some stock. Well, let's wait and see how this turns out.
Or at least stock lowers anyway.
Yeah, so.
Because they're pretty bad.
Yeah, so this basically sits.
Right in there.
Yeah. And then this will slip in here.
Like that. Hopefully raise us up a little bit.
Yeah, so. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. Actually, this is probably gonna.
So what'd you do? Just lower the cradle?
Yeah. So the top of the shock is off. So
I'm sure it's hard for y'all to see up in here, because it's even hard for me to see up in there. I know y'all gonna beat me up because it's dark, but you know what?
It is what it is.
I wasn't really planning on videoing it, but I was like, Mac's like, just go ahead and video. So we're videoing.
Videos, man.
I know they do.
I'm gonna stick the rubber in first. I normally don't take it out.
Well, that's usually what goes in first, right?
You put the rubber in first, and then you shove the meat in it.
All right, so that's how you do. You just lower the cradle just a little bit, pull the spring out, replace the rubber pieces or polyurethane, which these ones are polyurethane, stick them back in there and do the cradle back up. And I think it's what, 18?
18 for the cradle and then
18
for 17.
Yeah, there you go. So, pretty easy deal. We'll be back with whatever we're going to do next. All right, so before
28 5/8.
I could barely get one finger in there. Now I can get almost pretty much two. So pretty big difference. So Mac measurements
From 28 5/8 to 29 1/4.
So
Off the
about 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah, off the floor. And that's kind of what
Give
I
or
was shooting
take.
for. You remember I said
That's about all we wanted.
we didn't
Just
want,
enough to get it off the tire.
Yeah, and plus it'll take a little bit of that negative camber away because you didn't have much left with
Right.
the dialing we did.
Right.
We could actually still go a little more if if we mess with the bottom, you know.
Right,
throw some
put new
pressure
bottom ones in there.
Yeah,
Well, maybe I'll just get polyurethane ones too for the bottom.
if they make them.
I'll have to look.
Yeah, just
I'll have
get
to look.
standard stuff.
See if we can get stuff for the bottom.
Standard polyurethane bottoms will probably still raise it like a 1/4 inch more, which would probably be on the money.
Right.
3/4 of an inch to about an inch is what I wanted.
Right.
Because your front, even though it's up high right now, it isn't that high normally.
Yeah, it'll settle
So that's just because you had moved.
because
the car.
we lifted the car. It'll settle on the way
But I
home.
didn't want the rear higher than the front. I still wanted the front to be a little bit up,
Right.
just to settle the rear more. But this will help your contact patch, and in theory,
I think we'll still be good.
I think it looks good too.
Yep. Yep. All right, we're gonna take a break and come back and we'll figure out what we're gonna do next. All right, we did run into our first snafu. Max, correct. I cursed it. We did run into our first snafu, and I'm 90% sure I ordered the right thing, and we're 100% sure we got sent the wrong thing. So the starter on the newer cars is on the driver's side. Older cars, it's on the passenger side. So the diaper that they sent me, the cutout for the starter is on the passenger side, not on the driver's side. So that diaper won't fit. So I'm gonna call HHP tomorrow, straighten it out, hopefully send this one back and they send me back the right one, and then we'll look at putting the diaper in probably sometime next week or the week after. But what we've done so far is, I don't know what I did with the light. Did I have the light?
No, I have it right there. You can use it.
Oh. So what we're doing is down here is we're hooking up the switch
Where the nitrous used to be.
where the nitrous used to be. We're gonna run it along here, back where the pumps, and then we're gonna follow the pump wiring, which you can't see now, right down through here and right over to the fuse box where we have the switch that goes to the pump, and then bingo, we have a switch by my knee that I can flip and turn on the pump for the ice box, which, like we talked about earlier, gives me the ability to turn it off, fill it with ice, drive up to the line, and don't have to worry about melting on my ice before I get to the line. So,
If y'all have anything to say about the wiring, just know Don threw this on me last minute.
this was a last minute. This is one of Don's. See, Mac's not used to me doing what I do to Stark all the time. Is when we say we're going to do one thing, and Don says, "Okay, while I'm there, maybe we can do these two quick things." So, like I said, the other thing we're going to do is this little expansion tank. I know y'all can't see because it's dark. That expansion tank for the ice tank, because we are getting, you can look down behind there, we are getting a little bit of water back there. So that's our next thing to do. Probably won't show you much of that either because it's just clamping that somewhere over there and just kind of rigged it up. But Mac will make it look nice even though we say it's rigged up. It'll look nice. And
Stark would approve.
have something somewhere for the water to go other than down into the wheel well or on top of the battery, like it's done before. So we're getting things cleaned up one by one. All right, like I said, I apologize for being dark, but it is what it is. It's dark out. So what we did is we drilled a couple holes. And instead of using the silver metal bands, we just zip tied it. Drilled a couple holes in the carpet, zip tied it, put the carpet back. So I think it looks pretty good. I know The tubing is orange right now, but I'll get some black tubing later. But hey, we got a couple things done. So we got the pump done, we got the overflow done.
Yep.
We got the
suspension
done.
Stage 1 of the multi-stage rears.
Stage 1 of the multi-stage rears, because we're probably going to go with Viking shocks in the back and also some new lower rubbers to put in there, or if I can find, or if you can happen to know anyone that's got urethane ones, so that way we don't have to worry about replacing them. Now that is going to be a little stiffer ride, so for those of you that are thinking about going urethane, you don't think?
No, not really. It'll be more consistent.
Right.
It's not going to be as smushy.
Yeah.
Not necessarily stiff, because the shocks really help with the stiffness too.
Right. Right.
This will help overall with spring rate. So in theory, I guess it might help some with the squat on the launch, because it won't have so much give before the springs take over.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's going to be minute, but I don't know. I feel like everything helps.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. So that's going to wrap it up for this one, folks. Till next time, adios. We're gonna be racing.